Welcome back. You're still watching Metrofile on Channels Television. Described as a man of many parts, Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe was not just a statesman, but a family man. The late 8th Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos was laid to rest by his family and well-wishers.
The final funeral rites for the late Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe started with a special Senate meeting of the University of Lagos, Akoka, in honor of the late 8th Vice-Chancellor of the university.
I hereby respectfully invite the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe, FAS, to declare this meeting open for the purpose of according the deceased respect and honor.
In honor of late distinguished Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe, former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos.
The current Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Oluwatoyin, declared the event open, with old friends and colleagues of the distinguished professor take turns to reel out his outstanding achievements ranging from the academics, field of engineering, public administration, and personal life.
In order to ensure improved performance, at the instance of Professor Ibidapo-Obe, a new functional organogram was drawn up for Works and Services Department as a deliberate effort to make it more efficient and functional as for a cosmopolitan university like UNILAG. He had been a pillar of support to the African Engineering Education Association since its establishment in 2006 in the desire of the association to strategically implement its program for the capacity building for engineering and technology education across the 5 sub-regions of Africa.
The school's current chancellor caps the tribute, speaking about the legacy of the late university administrator and his powerful words of encouragement.
He was a man of many parts and distinguished in all of them. The University of Lagos is proud of this wonderful, unique, outstanding scholar, distinguished Professor Ibidapo-Obe. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, our dear sister. Happy birthday to you.
The event coincides with the birthday of the late Professor Mrs. Olushola Ibidapo-Obe.
God bless you. May the good Lord bless you, sister. May the good Lord bless you.
The special meeting draws to a close as members of the Senate, family members, and friends proceed to a commendation service also held at the University Chapel.
time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What does the worker gain from his toil? I have seen the burden of God, the burden God has laid on men. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the hearts of men, yet they cannot fathom what God has done from beginning to end.
When the bridegroom cometh, will your robes be white, pure and white in the blood of the Lamb? Will your soul be ready for the mansion's bright, and be washed in the blood of the Lamb?
That if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. Meanwhile, we groan, longing to be clothed with our heavenly dwelling, because when we are clothed, we will not be found naked. For while we are in this tent, we groan and are burdened, because we do not wish to be unclothed, but to be clothed with our heavenly dwelling, so that what is mortal may be swallowed up by life.
It is appointed unto man to die, but once. After this, what? The judgment. That's instructive. If you look at the second reading we read in 2 Corinthians 5 and number 10, it's saying this. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. He said, every one of us will appear before the judgment seat of Christ. I wish I know what to tell you or what status in life you will attain to and not appear before the judgment seat of Christ. And knowing this, it brings me to what I want to share with us. What will be your plea?
On behalf of my mother, my sisters, and my brother here, I would like to thank Pastor Azuka and the ministers at the Chapel of Christ for the wonderful service. The vice-chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Ogundipe, for the Senate session that we had earlier, the entire Senate, the academies represented, Academy of Science, Academy of Engineering, multiple societies and academies, too many to mention. And for the people here present, once again, thank you, and we wish you a safe journey back to your homes.
The final funeral rites then moved to the Holy Trinity Cathedral Church in Ilesa, Osun State, where representatives of government functionaries, the academia, professors, and excellent administrators in and outside the country all came to the hometown of the late professor to pay their last respects.
As in Revelation chapter 7 says, there will be no more sorrow. There will be no more death. There will be no more darkness, but light forever. And in John chapter 14, verses 1 and 2, he says, we do not mourn or be sorrowful as those without hope. We have a hope. We have a hope in Jesus Christ.
Osun State Governor Oyetola, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, described the death of the late Vice Professor of Engineering as a great loss to Osun State and Nigeria.
The state government of Osun is proud of Professor Ibidapo-Obe's legacies. His life, times were spent, and his immense contribution to humanity are recognized and appreciated by the government of the state of Osun. I therefore, on behalf of the Executive Governor of the state of Osun, am therefore directed to advise the children and family members to please keep up the good legacies that our proud professor left behind.
Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe was indeed not only a statesman, but a family man.
We are thankful today, for the community, the Ijesha community, the Yoruba community, and Nigeria in general, for all the accolades he has received. He cared about people, especially young people, and he dedicated his life to education. So it's a noble cause for everyone to emulate. And so, as you said, it's a celebration today, so we're happy to celebrate his life and try our best to carry on his legacy.
Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe served as the president of the Nigerian Academy of Science. He joined the University of Lagos as a graduate assistant and served as its vice-chancellor until the year 2007. He was a fellow of many professional bodies in Nigeria and overseas. Professor Ibidapo-Obe holds a first-class BSc and master's degree in mathematics. He is a distinguished professor of systems engineering, a former vice-chancellor of Federal University in Dufu-Alekwe-Iko in Ebonyi State. The Oyo State government appointed him as the pioneer pro-chancellor and chairman of the governing council of the Technical University, Ibadan. He was the chairman of the Committee of Vice-Chancellors of Nigerian Universities and a two-time award recipient of the Best Vice-Chancellor's Prize 2004 and 2005 for the Nigerian University System and member of the James Hope College Board of Trustees. Born on July 5, 1949, Professor Oyewusi Ibidapo-Obe holds the third highest national honor of Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, OFR. May his soul rest in peace.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with the family he left behind. And that's where we end Metro Files today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, don't miss out on past editions. Go to youtube.com/channelsweb. Click on playlist. Then you find various editions of Metro Files. So when you get bored, just enjoy your time with it. Also, connect with us via social media handles scrolling on your screen. You'll also find a number there. Please call to find out details about the program. I definitely will see you soon. Until then, take care and stay safe. I'm Anne Nwawadu.